नमस्ते दोस्तों, आपका वैल्यू एजुकेटर चैनल में स्वागत है, जहां आप सीखते हो स्टॉक मार्केट में निवेश करके आप कैसे पैसे बना सकते हो। तो मेरा नाम है शशांक और ये वीडियो हम डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे अबाउट पिरामल का जो डीमर्ज होके पिरामल फार्मा और पिरामल एंटरप्राइजेस, ये जो दोनों अलग बिजनेस सेपरेट हुए थे, तो उसमें से पिरामल फार्मा यानी जो फार्मास्यूटिकल रिलेटेड उनका एक सेपरेट बिजनेस है। ये बिजनेस के बारे में हम काफी डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे। यदि आप देखोगे तो डीमर्ज होने के बाद जो फार्मा वर्टिकल है वो लगभग 200 रुपीज के आसपास एक जो है वो लिस्ट हुआ था या जो ट्रेड करना शुरू हुआ था, और अभी का जो प्राइस है वो लगभग 125 रुपीज तक फॉल हो गया है। यानी लगभग आफ्टर लिस्टिंग 40% का ये स्टॉक में करेक्शन हुआ है। तो ये जो उनका बिजनेस मॉडल है, इसमें क्या क्या अलग अलग जो कंपोनेंट्स आते हैं या क्या क्या अलग अलग वर्टिकल्स आते हैं, इट्स अ वेरी वेरी बिग बिजनेस। यानी काफी अलग अलग स्मॉल स्मॉल सेक्शंस आ जाते हैं इसमें, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द सीडीएमओ हो गया। सीडीएमओ में भी यदि आप देखोगे तो वो एनसी यानी न्यू केमिकल एंटिटी बेस्ड सीडीएमओ करते हैं, या इसके अलावा वो जेनेरिक्स भी करते हैं। इसके अलावा बाद में सेकंड जो डिवीजन है उनका, दैट इज रिलेटेड टू हॉस्पिटल्स के लिए कुछ वो अलग अलग मेडिसिन जो है दैट दे प्रिपेयर एंड दे मैन्युफैक्चर। थर्ड बिजनेस सेगमेंट है विच इज इंडिया बेस्ड जो बिजनेस सेगमेंट है, ब्रांडेड जेनेरिक्स है। तो पिरामल फार्मा का जो कंप्लीट बिजनेस मॉडल है, इसके बारे में हम ये वीडियो में काफी डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे। एंड देन यू विल एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये जो स्टॉक है उसका फॉल होने का क्या रीजंस है। एंड दिस वीडियो विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प यू टू अंडरस्टैंड मोर अबाउट पिरामल फार्मा का क्या बिजनेस मॉडल है। और यदि आपने ऑलरेडी इसमें इन्वेस्ट किया है देन अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन टेक अ कॉल, या सपोज आपको इन्वेस्ट करना है तो डेफिनेटली यू विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट देयर बिजनेस मॉडल। तो यदि आपने अब तक वैल्यू एजुकेटर चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया होगा तो जरूर सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए। मैंने ये चैनल पे काफी फार्मा और केमिकल रिलेटेड अलग अलग जो स्टॉक्स है उनके काफी इन डेप्थ जो एनालिसिस है आपके साथ शेयर किए हैं, अलग अलग। उसके अलावा काफी सेक्टर्स के भी किए हैं और आगे जाके भी काफी और अलग अलग सेक्टर्स के आई विल बी डूइंग। तो यदि आपने अब तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया होगा तो जरूर चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए, और ये जो पिरामल फार्मा का डिटेल वीडियो होगा उसको कंप्लीट जरूर देखिए, ताकि आपको भी उनके बिजनेस मॉडल के रिलेटेड काफी डिटेल में अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ जाएगा। सो नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द पिरामल फार्मा बिजनेस मॉडल इन डिटेल।
The healthcare division of Piramal Enterprises Limited is divided into 4 segments, which are contract development and manufacturing, complex hospital generics, Indian consumer healthcare, and joint venture with Allergan. The CDMO business is into the development and manufacturing of generic and innovative molecules. Piramal provides end-to-end services, that is from drug discovery to commercial manufacturing of API and formulations. The complex hospital generics is engaged into the manufacturing of branded and partially branded generic products which are supplied to hospitals. Both the CDMO and complex hospital generics cater mainly to international markets. The Indian consumer healthcare is the OTC division which caters to domestic market. Piramal also has the joint venture with Allergan called Allergan India for supply of ophthalmic products, in which they have 49% stake. Piramal is completely integrated and end-to-end CDMO. They aid in discovery, development and commercial manufacturing of new chemical entities and biological drugs. They also assist in development and manufacturing of generic APIs and finished dosage formulations, which is called as FDF. The manufacturing facilities are located in United Kingdom, United States of America, Canada and India. Their CDMO business has capabilities to manufacture complex products like hormonal products, high potency APIs, antibody drug conjugates, peptides and sterile injectables. The drug discovery process involves discovering the target on which the drug could act on, validating if the modifications on the target have the desired therapeutic effect, identifying the lead compound that can interact with the target. This involves multiple molecules being screened through a high throughput screen, which is HTS, and HTS allows automated testing of large number of chemicals or biological compounds for a specific target, and lead optimization, the process of ensuring the stability and safety of the molecule before clinical trials. Under the drug discovery, Piramal Pharma provides medicinal chemistry, which includes developing methods for synthesizing and designing the compounds for use in hit-to-lead and lead optimization, analytical support services, which involves analyzing the reaction of the molecules on lab rats and microorganisms. One of the main services under this is the separation of impure and unstable compounds. In vitro services aid in making decision points through the drug discovery process, and non-GMP kilo lab services, which involves rapid chemistry process development of molecules in the lab for quick supply in the early development phase. Under the development services, Piramal offers route scouting, which involves developing cost-effective, competitively advantaged molecules. Specifically, it involves cost-effective route of scaling up good laboratory practice, which is GLP, toxicity studies to ensure the molecule aren't toxic before human trials, and inventing a route of development that is not infringing any patent. Process R&D, which offers services like preclinical and clinical process development, studying the stability of molecules and testing the intermediates and finished products. Pharmaceutical development service, which supports development to clinical manufacturing. It provides the final dosage in various forms like oral solid dosage, which is OSDs, injectables, liquid filled capsules, drug in capsules, and creams and ointments. Pre-formulation studies, which involves appropriate selection of vehicle from which the drug is to be administered. Solubility and dissolution characteristics of the drug and excipient and API compatibility study. Clinical trial services that provide services like clinical trial manufacturing, clinical trial packaging, and clinical trial supply services to ensure the drug transported appropriately to the desired location. Piramal manufactures various products. They include drug intermediates, active pharmaceutical ingredients, high potency APIs, and finished dosage formulations. They manufacture and supply active pharmaceutical ingredient through their sites in North America, Europe, and Asian markets. They are a partner for big pharma and biotech companies across North America and Europe with a total reactor volume exceeding 500 kiloliters. They manufacture drugs in various forms like oral solid dosage, injectables, liquid creams and ointments, and cytotoxic and potent compounds. We can see in the chart that the share of commercial manufacturing, development and discovery has been stable for 3-year period. Commercial manufacturing is contributing 70%, while development and drug services have been contributing 26 and 4% respectively. Here we can see that the share of CDMO's revenue has come down from the high 60s to high 50s as their other segment have grown faster than the CDMO. The EBITDA margin for the pharma business have increased from 7% in 2011 to 26% till 2020 until it fell to 18%, which was due to pandemic and supply chain issues in the CDMO business. The growth rate of CDMO revenues were consistent at 14 to 15% from 2013 to 2016 until it took a hit in 2017. This was due to increased competition in the generic market in North America. Piramal then focused more on innovative molecules post 2017, which helped margins to recover. In 2022, their margins fell due to logistic, supply chain and manpower related issues. This is the geographical distribution of CDMO revenue. We can see that more than 40% is contributed by United States alone, which is followed by Europe. Together, the highly regulated markets contribute to more than 75% of CDMO's revenue. This is the contribution of each phase of the development segment of the CDMO. Phase 3 molecules as a percentage of development revenue have jumped from 26 to 46% over a span of 3 years, which is due to higher focus on new chemical entity, which is NCE, and biological molecules. The contribution from preclinical trials has also increased by 3%. The revenue of 2022 financial year from various segments is as follows. Preclinical trials are about 165 crores, Phase 1 trials contributed about 226 crores, Phase 2 trial 165 crores, and Phase 3 trials about 473 crores. The R&D facility of the drug discovery process is in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. For development of APIs and finished dosage formulations, the manufacturing facilities are located in the country and globe. In India, there are 4 manufacturing facilities located in Ahmedabad, Ennore, Digwal and Turbe. In the North American region, the facilities are located in Aurora, Lexington, Riverview and Sellersville. In the United Kingdom, the facilities are located in Morpeth and Grangemouth. For the commercial manufacturing, the facilities are located in Digwal, Pithampur, Ennore, Turbe, Riverview, Sellersville, Grangemouth and Morpeth. Under the drug discovery, 90% of the business is from existing clients. Presently, there are 50 plus APIs and 65 plus formulations across the therapeutic categories. In this chart, we can see the facilities catering to the type of the clientele. Notice not all the CDMO manufacturing are into development and manufacturing of the innovative molecules. These facilities generally assist emerging biopharm, mid-sized pharma and big pharma companies. But some of the intermediate facilities at Grangemouth, Aurora and Rearview are not engaged with generic side of the CDMO business. The Indian facility at Ahmedabad is also not associated with generic business. Piramal's customer contribution in CDMO business is very high. The company generates about 40% of their business from top 10 clients. Revenues from top 20 clients have been grown at the CAGR of 26% over last 2 years. The CDMO business seems to be a seasonal in nature, with majority of revenues coming in the second half of the year. It has been observed that the past 3 years, approximately 55% of the revenues are booked into second half of the year, while 45% is recorded in the first half. As for the EBITDA, 60% is generally recorded in the second half and 40% is recorded in the first half. Pre-2015, Piramal had a greater percentage of generic products in CDMO segment as lot of product went off patent between 2011 to 2015 and the management wanted to capitalize on that opportunity. Meanwhile, the innovative business started seeing some difficulties as some of the innovative products that were in clinical trials in US and India failed to get through the trials due to various reasons. So the CRO facility, NC Research Unit and Oxygen Bio Research were scaled down and sold off completely. Now let's discuss about where the CDMO business is headed. Management aims to increase revenues from commercialization of phase 3 molecules as indicated by Mr. Valsaraj. As of financial year 2021, management had claimed to have increased the percentage of share of development revenue from 10% to 35% in past few years. Integrated project order book increased by 8 times from financial year of 2017 to 2022. Patent development program saw an increase of 3 times in number of phase 3 molecules from 10 in 2017 to 13 in 2022 financial year. From the table, we can see increase in number of molecules in each phase. The molecule in preclinical stage have gone from 3 in 2017 to 16 in 2021. The molecules in phase 1 have increased approximately 3.7 times from 18 in 2017 to 67 in 2021. The molecule in phase 2 have increased approximately 2.3 times from 21 in 2017 to 54 in 2021. The molecules in phase 3 have increased by 3.4 times from 10 in 2017 to 34 in 2021. This is due to increased efforts in new chemical entities and biological space. Now let's take a look at commercialized product under patent. The share of these products as a percentage of entire CDMO revenues has increased from 2% in 2017 to 11% in 2022. The commercialized molecule have taken a jump from 10 to 18 in 2022. The revenue has increased 8 times from $7 million in 2017 to about $56 million in 2022 financial year. This table represents integrated projects of Piramal. These projects include products that are handed over to Piramal at the clinical stage trial. 4 molecules have been commercialized in the financial year 2021. Product 31, which was high potency API, Product 33 and 34, which were oral solid dosage, Product 40, which is administered through the sterile injectable. Piramal has special focus on ADC portfolio. The first ADC facility was acquired before 2010, which was at Grangemouth, UK. In the 2015 press release, Piramal has stated their objective of becoming market leader in the ADC portfolio in next 5 years. This was brought in action when they acquired their first USA facility at Lexington, which would enable the sterile fill finish activities of ADC products and serve customers in the States. Piramal was already in the 5th year of the first commercialized ADC molecule and expected 8 more products to get commercialized by 2020. Piramal believed that the industry lacked the capabilities to manufacture the commercialized ADC molecules on the large scale since there was only one CMO, which is Contract Manufacturing Organization, apart from them. They expected to win one molecule out of every 2 molecules that were commercialized. Expansion in biological space was augmented when Piramal took a minority stake of more than 20% in Yapan Bio, a biological CDMO player. Piramal believes that their investment in Yapan Bio would allow them to broaden their service offerings in biological space. Investment in Japan is also believed to have the synergic capabilities with the company's antibody drug conjugates, which is ADC. This investment demonstrates Piramal's commitment to grow their service offerings in the large molecule CDMO space. Piramal also increased the number of integrated projects from 2016. The number of projects have increased almost 3 times since 2017. Currently, the integrated projects as a percentage of development order book have increased to 40% in 2021. The total order book has increased 8 times from approximately $11.43 million to $91.5 million from 2017 to 2022. The table represents share of each client's revenue. We can notice a trend of increased share of revenue contributed by global pharma and emerging biofirms. The combined share has increased from 56 to 66% from 2019. The share of generic portfolio in CDMO segment has decreased from 35% to 29%. This shows the increased effort of Piramal to grow the number of new chemical entity and biological molecules in their product portfolio. Piramal has 5 niche capabilities in CDMO business. These are potent sterile injectables, high potent APIs, antibody drug conjugates, which is ADCs, peptides APIs, and hormonal OSDs, which is oral solid dosage forms. The percentage contribution from these niche capabilities have also increased from 19% to 22% in 1 year. 50% of HPAPI market is outsourced to CDMOs. Piramal uses isolator technology for aseptic environment for production of sterile injectables. They have 10 years of experience in handling ADCs, which are high margin oncology products. As of 2022, Piramal has 65 cancer programs with over 25 different cancers and 7 integrated oncology programs. They have 3 commercialized cancer products expected to generate a revenue of more than $5 billion. Now let's take a look at why the growth rate of the CDMO business has decreased in financial year 2022. The CDMO industry and Piramal have faced certain challenges recently. The challenges are mainly increase in input prices, increased logistic and distribution costs, shortage of raw materials and manpower, and there has been also some delay in customer orders due to pandemic. Piramal claims that the demand of innovative products have remained stable, but the demand for the generic have gone down due to competition. In financial year 2022, Piramal had planned capital expenditure of approximately $157 million in the facilities at Aurora, Pithampur, Digwal, Riverview, Grangemouth, and Morpeth. Piramal has been focusing on expanding major sites through customer-led brownfield expansion across these facilities. In Aurora, the plant has commenced its operations after a capital expense of about $23 million. In Grangemouth and Morpeth, the Piramal has announced $74 million expansions for antibody drug conjugates. Piramal has made capital expenditure of about $32 million at the Riverview facility. This expansion covers more than 25,000 square feet, which includes 8,500 square feet of production space. In financial year 2021, Piramal entered into agreement to acquire Hemo Pharmaceuticals to get access to their peptide capabilities. They paid an upfront consideration of about 775 crores with additional clause for earnouts. Peptides have application in oncology and metabolic therapies. Hemo Pharmaceutical is one of the few pure-play peptide API manufacturers globally that has been supplying peptides and custom peptide synthesis for more than 38 years. Peptides are available in both solid and solution phase. The manufacturing facility is at Turbhe and is expected to have synergy by providing a platform to CDMO services to innovator companies, including biotech, for development and manufacturing of peptide drugs and generating savings on capital and operating expenditure by integrated business functions. The revenue is expected to multiply 3 times over the next few years. Now let's move into the complex hospital generics segment of Piramal Pharma Solutions. The complex hospital generics is one of the core strengths of the business. The segments which are involved under complex hospital generics are inhalation and injectable anesthesia, injectable pain, antibiotics and other medications, and antithetical spasticity management drugs. The addressable market size of CHG portfolio of Piramal Pharmaceutical is about $54 billion. The products in this segment are specialized, high margin, low volume products. The complexity of CHG enables it to enter into long-term contracts with group purchasing organizations. The chart shows that the revenue trend of segment as well as the share of its revenues. The revenue of the business has been increasing over last 10 years. The decline in 2021 was due to pandemic, when hospital halted surgeries. The share of revenue as a percentage of overall pharma's revenue has increased over the period. The 10-year compounded annual growth rate of CHG segment was 17%. The high growth rate was due to inhalation anesthesia products, particularly sevoflurane, for which Piramal has 30% market share in US as of financial year 2022. This pie chart represents the revenue distribution of each segment within the complex hospital generics. In year 1, the share of inhalation anesthesia has increased from 54% to 67%. This demonstrates the strength of Piramal in inhalation anesthesia segment. The revenues in this segment are mainly from the international markets. The largest share is from US, followed by Europe and Japan. 76% of revenues are from the regulated markets. Piramal just has entered complex hospital generics in Indian market in 2022, which has contributed 2% of their revenue. As of financial 2022, they have about 11 products which are approved but yet to be launched. 15 products are filed but they are yet to be approved, and 10 plus products are in the development stage but are yet to be filed. So there are about 36 plus products in their pipeline. An addressable market opportunity for their pipeline products is approximately $6.8 billion. There are 3 manufacturing facilities dedicated to CHG segment. The first one is in Bethlehem, USA, which is used in-house for manufacturing sevoflurane and anesthesia-led product. The plant has approval from US FDA, UK MHRA, South Korea KFDA, Japan PDMA, and Swiss SGS. The second one is in Digwal, India, which manufactures isoflurane and halothane, which are inhalation anesthesia products. This plant also have the approvals from US FDA, UK MHRA, South Korea KFDA, Canada MCC, and it is also WHO GMP certified plant. Both these plants have supplied API and finished products to over 90 countries. Piramal also has the specialty fluorochemicals facility in Dahej, which is used to key starting materials required for inhalation anesthesia. This plant was a joint venture with the Navin Fluorine and still receives the raw material from them. The Piramal bought out the remaining stake in the plant from Navin Fluorine. The level of competition in each of the CHG segment is low to medium. The product portfolio consists of either branded or partially branded products. Under the branded portfolio, Piramal has the largest share of sevoflurane and isoflurane in US. Piramal is also 4th largest manufacturer of sevoflurane globally. The product portfolio is marketed over 50 countries. Intrathecal spasticity product, which is Gablofen, has the largest market share of any intrathecal product in US. It is marketed in US, Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, and Sweden, with additional EU launching pending. Piramal acquired Miglustat branded generic for rare diseases in 2022. These are the products in anesthesia category. The top 3 products are sold in US, Europe, and rest of the world, with the US providing largest market for these products. Piramal has a number 1 intrathecal portfolio in world. It is a number 1 player in sevoflurane in UK, US, Mexico, South Africa, and Brazil. Piramal is also 4th largest player in sevoflurane globally and the number 1 player in fentanyl injection in Japan. In the inhalation anesthesia category, Piramal aims to expand lines within sevoflurane for select European markets and increase market share in US. In the injectable anesthesia and pain management, Piramal expects to establish its branded portfolio more intensely, drive the market share, and continue its growth in emerging and other key markets. Piramal aims to launch new products by entering into agreements with multiple CMOs or in-licensing partners. They also plan to acquire companies whose product will complement the overall product portfolio of Piramal. Products can be either IP owned in name of Piramal Pharma. If the research and development is done internally, the products derive superior profitability. Products which are developed by Piramal Pharma involve development related to process capabilities and formulation development. If the research and development is done externally and technology is transferred to Piramal, the IP still remains with Piramal. If the product is acquired, the companies targeted are the ones with capabilities that are at or near completion, which is capital intensive model. If the products are in-licensed from another company, then the IP isn't owned by Piramal. The products targeted are the ones with a near-term revenue potential, which have lower development time and risk and hence require lower capital. The in-license model earns lower profitability than the IP owned model. Global Pharma includes CDMO and complex hospital generic revenues. The combined EBITDA of both the businesses have increased from 10% in 2011 to 23% in 2019. The Piramal Pharma revenues increased at 8-year CAGR of about 15%, while CDMO revenues grown at 8-year CAGR of 13%, and complex hospital generic revenues has increased at 8-year CAGR of about 20%. Now let's move to the third segment, which is Indian consumer healthcare. The segment consists of OTC products. Marquee brand in this segment includes Saridon, Lactocalamine, Ipil, Supradine, Polycrol and Tetmosol across key OTC categories such as analgesics, gastrointestinal, skin care, vitamins and supplements, and women care and baby care. The health-focused branded consumer segment in India has a market share of about $19 billion in 2019, and it is growing at the rate of 7 to 8% annually. This chart shows the revenue of Indian consumer healthcare and pharma. The 10-year compounded annual growth rate is about 17%. Here we can see the share of each segment within the Indian consumer healthcare. The highest share is contributed by analgesics products, which is at 23%, and then followed by skin care at 22%, then vitamins and mineral at 20%, kids wellness at 12%, gastrointestinal at 10%, women health at 8%, and then COVID products is at 4%. The share of power brands from the percentage of Indian consumer healthcare has decreased from about 62.2% to 57.52%. The Indian consumer healthcare segment earns revenues mainly from 4 channels, which are general trade, e-commerce, modern trade, and institution. The channel that contributes the highest is general trade at 76%. If you check the latest development in ICH segment, then there are about 40 new products and 18 new stock keeping units were launched in 2022 financial year. 15% share of revenues of this segment was recorded from new products launched since April 2020.
The competition in generic space in US has increased multiple times in past few years. Under the visionary leadership of Mr. Ajay Piramal, the company started focusing on NC and biological based molecules before most of the other generic companies. The future opportunities in pharma space lie in research and development work of NC and biological based molecules, especially in US and Europe. The shift of focus to innovate molecules evidenced by increased phase 3 and commercialized molecules, as well as growing share of big pharma, mid-size and emerging biotech in their overall clientele, and that could enable Piramal to maintain and grow their presence in regulated markets, which are North America and Europe. This is reinforced by presence in manufacturing facilities in US and UK, which should help the Piramal to attract new clientele who prefer companies to have the facilities in their respective regions. Piramal aims to grow its business via organic as well as synergic inorganic opportunities if discovered at right valuation. In the Indian OTC division, branded products have better margins, and that's why Piramal aims to increase its product portfolio in power brands, which will lead to better profitable growth in future.
तो जैसे कि हमने Piramal Pharma के रिलेटेड काफी डिटेल में अंडरस्टैंडिंग लिया, कौन कौन से उनके बिजनेस वर्टिकल्स है, कौन कौन से अलग अलग जो उनके आगे जाके फ्यूचर में एक्सपेंशन होने वाले हैं, क्या वो कैपेक्स कर रहे हैं. तो करंटली ये जो स्टॉक में लगभग 40% का फॉल हुआ है, उसका मेजर रीजन मुझे लगता है कि उनका जो डिपेंडेंसी है, उनके कुछ प्लांट्स जो है वो यूरोप में है, एंड यूरोप में काफी फिलहाल में अनसर्टनिटीज है. दैट विल बी वन ऑफ द रीजंस. इसके अलावा सप्लाई चेन से रिलेटेड जो लॉजिस्टिक के चैलेंजेस है, दैट ऑल्सो कैन बी अनदर रीजन. ये कंपनी का जो डेट है वो भी थोड़ा एलिवेटेड हुआ है, दैट कैन बी अनदर रीजन. एंड यदि आप देखोगे तो मोस्ट ऑफ द जो प्रॉफिट्स एंड जो रेवेन्यूज है फॉर पिरामल फार्मा विच कम्स इनटू सेकेंड हाफ, तो इसीलिए फर्स्ट हाफ के जो नंबर्स है वो थोड़े सबड्यूड दिख रहे हैं. मुझे लगता है जो सेकेंड हाफ होगा, H2 होगा, उसमें उनके मोस्टली जो रेवेन्यूज एंड उससे भी जो ज्यादा प्रॉफिट है, यानी लगभग 60 to 65% टू अप टू 70% की जो प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी आती है वो सेकेंड हाफ से ही आती है. ये वीडियो में आपके साथ मैंने वो नंबर्स भी शेयर किए. हिस्टोरिकली उनके फर्स्ट हाफ और सेकेंड हाफ में रेवेन्यूज एंड जो प्रॉफिट से उनका क्या बाइफर्केशन है वो आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो. सो इन केस ऑफ पिरामल फार्मा आई थिंक जो मैनेजमेंट है, इट्स अ वेरी गुड मैनेजमेंट. यहाँ पे इंटीग्रिटी रिलेटेड ज्यादा कोई इश्यूज नहीं है. बट यदि आप बिजनेस रिलेटेड देखोगे तो इट कैन बी अ शॉर्ट टर्म चैलेंज, मे बी 2 to 3 quarters. एंड उसके बाद में यहाँ पे जो कम उनके मार्जिन फिलहाल में हुए हैं, आई थिंक क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर फ्रॉम FY24 उनके जो मार्जिन हो गए वो कंटिन्यूअसली इंक्रीज हो गए. एंड पिरामल फार्मा के जो एबिटा मार्जिन हो गए इन फ्यूचर, दैट कैन बी इन बिटवीन 15 to 20%. आगे जाके वो और भी बढ़ सकते हैं, बिकॉज जैसे जैसे उनका CDMO यानी NC बेस्ड न्यू केमिकल एंटिटी बेस्ड जो इनोवेटर रिलेटेड CDMO है, उसका पोर्शन बिजनेस में जैसे जैसे बढ़ते जाएगा, वैसे ही उनके जो मार्जिन है वो भी आगे जाके काफी बढ़ जाएंगे.
इसके रिलेटेड मैंने एक सेपरेट वीडियो या एक सेपरेट सीरीज क्रिएट किया है विच इज 4 पार्ट फार्मा सीरीज, जिसमें मैंने आपको काफी डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन किया है कि CDMO क्या होता है, CMO क्या होता है या CRO क्या होता है एंड क्रैम्स क्या होता है। तो ये जो सीरीज है आप जरूर देखिए, इसकी जो लिंक है आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगी, ताकि आप भी समझ सको कि जो इनोवेटर बेस्ड CDMO है यानी जो न्यू केमिकल एंटिटी NCE करके जो CDMO है, हाउ इट इज डिफरेंशिएटेड कंपेयर टू जो जेनेरिक CDMO होता है। यदि आप सुवेन फार्मा जैसे कंपनीज को देखोगे तो दे आर एक्चुअली डूइंग द NCE बेस्ड यानी एक्चुअल जो इनोवेटर बेस्ड CDMO है, मोस्टली उनके जो रेवेन्यूज है वो वहां से ही आते हैं और उनके जो मार्जिन है एबिटा के वो लगभग 40 to 45% के मार्जिन से। तो पिरामल फार्मा के जो मार्जिन है वो इन नेक्स्ट 3 to 5 years ऑल्सो कीप ऑन इंक्रीजिंग, क्योंकि जो फेज 3 के उनके मॉलिक्यूल्स है जैसे वो कमर्शियलाइज फेज में जाएंगे वैसे ये जो मार्जिन है वो काफी बढ़ सकते हैं। बट ये नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर में नहीं होगा या नेक्स्ट 2 quarters में नहीं होगा, इट कैन टेक सम टाइम फॉर द एग्जीक्यूशन। तो यदि आपको भी जानना है कि मैं मेरे पोर्टफोलियो में करंटली क्या क्या चेंजेस कर रहा हूँ, कौन कौन से स्टॉक्स में मैंने इन्वेस्ट किया है, उसमें मेरा क्या अलोकेशन है और कैसे मैं मेरा जो अलोकेशन है वो चेंज कर रहा हूँ। इसके अलावा इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड टू नो मोर अबाउट द स्मॉल एंड माइक्रो साइज की जो कंपनीज है जिसके बारे में मार्केट में ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल नहीं है, ट्विटर में आप देखोगे तो ज्यादा डिस्कशंस अवेलेबल नहीं है, बिकॉज ये जो कंपनीज के डिस्क्लोजर्स है वो ज्यादा डिस्क्लोज नहीं करते देयर इन्फॉर्मेशन। सो टू गेट दिस इन्फॉर्मेशन वी डू द स्कटल बट, और जिसको चैनल चेक्स कहा जाता है फॉर जनरली स्मॉल एंड माइक्रो साइज की कंपनीज। फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी गो एंड मीट द मैनेजमेंट, या कोई केसेस में प्लांट विजिट होता है या उनके एम्प्लॉय से बात करते हैं, विच मीन्स ऑन ग्राउंड क्या प्रेजेंस है कंपनी का, क्या चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, विच एक्चुअली गिव्स अ लॉट ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग which is not given in the numbers. So for the same reason I have created a micro cap club जहाँ पे हम small और micro size की जो companies है उनको ट्रैक करते हैं और उसमें से कुछ कंपनीज में इन्वेस्ट भी किया है। वी आर क्रिएटिंग अ पोर्टफोलियो आउट ऑफ दैट, अलग अलग सेगमेंट्स की कंपनीज है एंड वी आर ऑल्सो ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आउट दोज कंपनीज जो करंटली उनके ग्रोथ स्टेज पे है एंड इन फ्यूचर दे कैन हैव अ वेरी गुड प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी का जो ग्रोथ है एंड करंटली उनके जो वैल्यूएशन है दे आर ट्रेडिंग एट अ डिसेंट वैल्यूएशन, सो दैट इन फ्यूचर वी कैन गेट अ ड्यूअल एडवांटेज। वन थिंग इज उनके प्रॉफिट जो है वो फ्यूचर में इंक्रीज हो सकते हैं एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज दैट उनका पी जो है दैट ऑल्सो कैन गेट री-रेटेड सो दैट वी कैन गेट अ डिसेंट रिटर्न्स इन फ्यूचर। तो यदि आपको भी मेरे साथ जुड़ना है तो आप माइक्रो कैप क्लब के लिए रजिस्टर कर सकते हो। इसकी जो लिंक है आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगी या कमेंट सेक्शन में मिल जाएगी, जरूर आप ये लिंक पे क्लिक करके रजिस्टर कर सकते हो एंड यू कैन बी अ माइक्रो कैप क्लब का पार्ट। इसमें आपको अलग अलग काफी कंटेंट भी मिल जाएगा। तो ये माइक्रो कैप क्लब में हमारा एक डिस्कशन का ग्रुप भी है, देयर यू कैन आस्क योर क्वेश्चंस एंड इसके अलावा वी आल्सो डू द लाइव इंटरेक्शन सेशन। तो ये सब के लिए आपको एक एक्सेस मिल जाएगा, लॉट ऑफ कंटेंट ऑफ अदर स्टॉक्स आल्सो यू विल गेट देयर। सो इफ यू आर नॉट जॉइंड येट प्लीज डू जॉइन द माइक्रो कैप क्लब। इसकी जो लिंक है आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगी। और यदि आपको ये पिरामल फार्मा का डिटेल वीडियो पसंद आया होगा तो जरूर इसे लाइक कर दीजिए, मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल आइकन पे क्लिक कीजिए ताकि ऐसे जो वीडियोस है आपको आगे जाके भी मिलते रहे। और जरूर ये जो वीडियो है आप आपके सारे फ्रेंड्स के साथ शेयर कीजिए ताकि उनको भी काफी अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड नॉलेज मिल जाए।